Imagine a world where the greatest secrets of humanity, lost knowledge, forgotten wisdom, and untold stories lie buried in the ashes of time. These secrets weren't hidden in vaults or guarded by traps, but preserved in the halls of ancient libraries, sanctuaries of knowledge that once stood as beacons of enlightenment. Yet one by one, they vanished, taking with them untold riches of human thought and discovery. Today, we embark on a journey to uncover the mysteries of 30 lost libraries of the ancient world. These were not just buildings filled with books. They were treasure troves of philosophy, science, and history, many of which were destroyed by war, natural disasters, or the slow erasure of time. What secrets did they hold? What stories could they have told? Stay with us as we peel back the layers of history to explore these legendary centers of learning and discover how their disappearance has shaped the world we live in today. By the end of this video, you'll see why these lost libraries are more than just relics of the past. They are windows into the unknown, waiting to be rediscovered. Let's begin this adventure together. Now, let's turn our attention to the first of these ancient marvels, the Royal Library of Ashurbanipal. Nestled in the heart of Nineveh, the capital of the Assyrian Empire, this library stands as one of the earliest and most significant collections of knowledge in human history. Built under the rule of King Ashurbanipal during the 7th century BCE, it was far more than a repository of texts. It was a testament to the intellectual ambition of its time. The library housed an impressive collection of cuneiform tablets, numbering in the tens of thousands, covering topics ranging from literature and history to science and medicine. Among its treasures was the Epic of Gilgamesh, one of the oldest known works of literature, which offered profound insights into Mesopotamian culture and mythology. However, the library's fate was as dramatic as its creation. In 612 BCE, Nineveh fell to a coalition of Babylonians and Medes, and the library was buried under the ruins of the city. For centuries, it lay forgotten until its rediscovery in the mid-19th century by British archaeologists. Excavations revealed partially preserved tablets, many of which had been baked and hardened by the fires that consumed the city, ironically ensuring their survival. Today, these artifacts are scattered across museums worldwide, offering us a glimpse into the intellectual richness of the ancient world. The Royal Library of Ashurbanipal reminds us that even in the face of destruction, knowledge has a way of enduring, waiting to be uncovered by those who seek it. Next, we journey to a library that has become synonymous with the pursuit of knowledge, the Library of Alexandria. Often hailed as the greatest library of the ancient world, it stood as a beacon of learning in the heart of Egypt during the 3rd century BC. Founded under the Ptolemaic dynasty, this monumental institution wasn't just a library, it was a global center for scholarship, attracting thinkers, scientists, and philosophers from across the Mediterranean and beyond. Its collection was said to house hundreds of thousands of scrolls, containing works on mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and literature, making it a treasure trove of human understanding. The library's role extended far beyond mere storage. It was a vibrant hub of intellectual exchange, where scholars like Euclid, Archimedes, and Eratosthenes made groundbreaking discoveries that shaped centuries of thought. The Library of Alexandria wasn't just a place to store knowledge, it was a place to create it, fostering an environment where ideas could flourish and new horizons could be explored. Yet the fate of this legendary library remains shrouded in mystery. Theories about its destruction abound, ranging from accidental fires during Julius Caesar's occupation to deliberate attacks during periods of political and religious upheaval. While the exact circumstances may never be known, what is certain is that the loss of the Library of Alexandria represents one of the greatest tragedies in the history of knowledge. Entire works of literature, science, and philosophy were lost forever, leaving gaps in our understanding of the ancient world. Despite its physical destruction, the library's legacy endures. It has become a symbol of intellectual ambition and the fragility of human achievement. In popular culture, the Library of Alexandria continues to inspire tales of lost knowledge and the quest for enlightenment, reminding us of the enduring power of learning. As we reflect on its story, we're left with a poignant reminder of how much has been lost and how much more we have yet to discover. Let's now turn to another center of ancient learning, the Imperial Library of Constantinople, and explore its role in preserving the wisdom of the past. Moving forward in our exploration of ancient libraries, we now turn our attention to the Imperial Library of Constantinople. Established in the 4th century CE, this library served as a vital repository of knowledge during the Byzantine Empire. It was founded under the rule of Emperor Constantius II, who sought to create a center of learning that could rival the legendary Library of Alexandria. Over time, the Imperial Library of Constantinople became a sanctuary for countless Greek and Roman texts, preserving the wisdom of the classical world during a period of great upheaval. The library's collection was immense, housing works ranging from ancient philosophy and science to literature and history. Scholars and scribes worked tirelessly to copy and preserve these texts, ensuring that the intellectual achievements of earlier civilizations would not be lost to time. Among its treasures were works by Homer, Plato, Aristotle, and other luminaries of the ancient world. The library also played a crucial role in the transmission of knowledge, as many texts that survived the fall of the Roman Empire were safeguarded within its walls. However, the fortunes of the Imperial Library of Constantinople were tied closely to the fate of the city it called home. As Constantinople faced repeated invasions and internal strife over the centuries, the library suffered greatly. Its decline was hastened during the Fourth Crusade in the early 13th century, when the city was sacked and many of its cultural treasures were either destroyed or looted. The final blow came in the mid-15th century with the fall of Constantinople to the Ottoman Empire, marking the end of an era for this once great institution. Despite its eventual decline, the Imperial Library of Constantinople left an indelible mark on history. Its efforts to preserve ancient texts ensured that the works of Greek and Roman thinkers survived to influence the Renaissance and beyond. The library stands as a testament to the resilience of knowledge, even in the face of immense challenges. As we move forward in our journey through the lost libraries of the ancient world, let's delve into the story of another remarkable institution, the House of Wisdom in Baghdad. Shifting our focus now to another beacon of ancient knowledge, we arrive at the House of Wisdom in Baghdad. Flourishing during the Islamic Golden Age, this remarkable institution became a hub of intellectual activity from the 8th to the 13th century CE. Founded by the Abbasid Caliph Harun al-Rashid and later expanded by his son Caliph al-Mamun, the House of Wisdom was not just a library, but a vibrant center of scholarship, innovation, and cultural exchange. At the heart of its mission was the translation movement, an ambitious effort to gather and translate works from Greek, Persian, Indian, and other traditions into Arabic. Scholars from diverse backgrounds, including Christians, Muslims, and Jews, collaborated to preserve and expand upon the knowledge of earlier civilizations. Works by Aristotle, Euclid, Ptolemy, and Hippocrates were among the many texts translated, making their ideas accessible to a broader audience and laying the groundwork for further discoveries. The House of Wisdom also became a cradle of scientific and philosophical advancements. Scholars like Al-Khwarizmi, often called the father of algebra, made groundbreaking contributions to mathematics. Thinkers such as Al-Kindi and Al-Farabi blended Greek philosophy with Islamic thought, creating new frameworks for understanding the world. Astronomy, medicine, and engineering also thrived under its roof, as researchers pushed the boundaries of what was known and possible. Yet, the House of Wisdom's brilliance was not to last. In the year 1258, Baghdad was ravaged by the Mongol invasion led by Hulagu Khan. The city was sacked, and countless manuscripts were destroyed or thrown into the Tigris River, turning its waters black with ink. The loss was catastrophic, marking the end of an era of unparalleled intellectual achievement. Despite its tragic demise, the House of Wisdom's legacy endures. Its translations and innovations played a pivotal role in preserving and advancing knowledge, which would later flow into Europe and contribute to the Renaissance. As we continue our journey through the lost libraries of the ancient world, let us remember the House of Wisdom as a testament to the power of curiosity and collaboration in the pursuit of understanding. Next, we'll explore the Library of Pergamum, another fascinating chapter in the story of humanity's quest for knowledge. Turning our attention now to the ancient city of Pergamum, we encounter one of the most significant libraries of the Hellenistic world. Nestled in what is now modern-day Turkey, the Library of Pergamum rose to prominence during the 2nd and 3rd centuries BCE, becoming a fierce rival to the legendary Library of Alexandria. Established by the Attalid dynasty, this library was not just a repository of books, but a vibrant center of learning and cultural exchange, attracting scholars, philosophers, and thinkers from across the Mediterranean. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Library of Pergamum was its innovative use of parchment. At the time, papyrus was the primary writing material, but when the Ptolemaic rulers of Egypt cut off Pergamum's papyrus supply in an attempt to stifle its intellectual growth, the scholars of Pergamum devised a groundbreaking solution. They perfected the use of parchment, made from treated animal skins, which proved to be more durable and versatile than papyrus. This invention not only ensured the library's survival, but also revolutionized the way knowledge was recorded and preserved, leaving a lasting impact on the history of writing. The rivalry between the Library of Pergamum and the Library of Alexandria was legendary. Both institutions vied for the title of the greatest library in the ancient world, competing to amass the largest and most comprehensive collections. While Alexandria focused on gathering works from across the known world, Pergamum distinguished itself by emphasizing quality over quantity, curating a collection of rare and valuable texts. This competition drove both libraries to new heights of excellence, fostering an environment of intellectual curiosity and innovation. Despite its achievements, the Library of Pergamum faced an uncertain fate. After the Roman conquest of the region in the 1st century BCE, Much of its collection was dispersed. Some manuscripts were taken to Alexandria as a gift to Cleopatra from Mark Antony, while others were scattered across the Roman Empire. Though the physical library did not survive, its legacy endured through the widespread use of parchment and its contributions to the preservation of classical knowledge. As we reflect on the Library of Pergamum, we are reminded of the enduring power of innovation and the spirit of competition in the pursuit of knowledge. Next, we'll journey to ancient India to uncover the story of the Library of Nalanda, a treasure trove of Buddhist wisdom that shaped an entire civilization. Shifting our gaze to ancient India, we uncover the remarkable story of the Library of Nalanda, a beacon of Buddhist learning and one of the most renowned centers of knowledge in the ancient world. Established in the 5th century CE in the kingdom of Magadha, Nalanda was not merely a library, but a sprawling university complex that attracted scholars and students from as far as China, Persia, and Greece. At its peak, it housed an astonishing collection of manuscripts, making it a treasure trove of Buddhist philosophy, astronomy, mathematics, and medicine. The scale of Nalanda's library was unparalleled in its time. Historians estimate that it contained hundreds of thousands of manuscripts, meticulously preserved on palm leaves and birch bark. These texts covered a vast array of subjects, from intricate Buddhist scriptures to detailed treatises on science and the arts. The library was the heart of Nalanda's intellectual life, supporting a rigorous academic environment where debates, discussions, and discoveries flourished. It was a place where the boundaries of knowledge were continually pushed, and the teachings of Buddhism were refined and expanded. However, the Library of Nalanda's golden age came to a tragic end in the late 12th century, when it was sacked by invaders led by Bakhtiar Khilji, a military commander of the Ghurid dynasty. The destruction was swift and devastating. Manuscripts were burned, buildings were razed, and the scholars who had dedicated their lives to the pursuit of knowledge were either killed or forced to flee. The loss of Nalanda's library was not just a blow to Buddhist scholarship, but a catastrophe for the preservation of ancient Indian knowledge. Despite its destruction, the legacy of the Library of Nalanda endures. Its ruins, rediscovered in the 19th century, stand as a testament to its former glory. Modern scholars continue to study the few surviving texts that were carried away by fleeing monks, offering glimpses into the intellectual richness of this ancient institution. As we reflect on Nalanda's story, we're reminded of the fragility of knowledge and the enduring impact of its preservation. Next, we'll travel to the heart of Africa to explore the Library of Timbuktu, a center of learning that defied the sands of time. Now let's journey to the heart of West Africa, where the desert sands cradle the legacy of the Library of Timbuktu, a testament to the intellectual brilliance of the Islamic Golden Age. Nestled in the city of Timbuktu in present-day Mali, this library flourished between the 13th and 16th centuries, becoming a hub of Islamic scholarship and African wisdom. Unlike the grand structures of other ancient libraries, Timbuktu's collections were housed in private homes, mosques, and small centers of learning, embodying the spirit of communal knowledge sharing. The manuscripts of Timbuktu were nothing short of extraordinary. They covered a wide range of subjects, including theology, astronomy, law, medicine, and even poetry. Many of these texts were written in Arabic, but others were in local African languages, showcasing the rich cultural exchange between the Islamic world and indigenous African traditions. Scholars from across the continent and beyond traveled to Timbuktu to study and contribute to its growing repository of knowledge. This library wasn't just a place to store books. It was a dynamic center of intellectual activity, where ideas were debated, preserved, and passed down through generations. Yet the Library of Timbuktu faced its own set of challenges. Centuries of political instability, environmental pressures, and neglect threatened the survival of its manuscripts. Many of these priceless texts were hidden away in wooden trunks, buried in the sand, or passed down through families as heirlooms, protecting them from destruction, but also leaving them vulnerable to decay. In the modern era, efforts to preserve these manuscripts have gained momentum. Organizations and scholars have worked tirelessly to digitize and restore them, ensuring that the knowledge of Timbuktu isn't lost to time. The story of Timbuktu's library is one of resilience and revival. Its manuscripts, once on the brink of being forgotten, are now being celebrated as a vital part of Africa's intellectual heritage. They remind us of the continent's profound contributions to global knowledge and the importance of preserving such treasures for future generations. As we leave Timbuktu, our next stop takes us to the Roman Empire, where we'll explore the architectural marvel and cultural beacon known as the Library of Celsus in Ephesus. Now we turn our attention to the Roman Empire, where the Library of Celsus stands as a testament to both architectural brilliance and the enduring value of knowledge. Located in the ancient city of Ephesus, in what is now modern-day Turkey, this library was more than just a repository of scrolls. It was a symbol of Roman ambition, culture, and intellectual pride. Built in the early 2nd century, the library was commissioned by Tiberius Julius Celsus Pulmianus, a Roman senator and governor of Asia, whose tomb lies beneath its grand structure. This unique combination of library and mausoleum made it a landmark of both learning and reverence. The Library of Celsus was a marvel of its time, designed to impress as much as to educate. Its facade, adorned with columns, statues, and intricate carvings, reflected the wealth and sophistication of Ephesus, one of the Roman Empire's most important cities. Inside, the library housed an estimated 12,000 scrolls, making it one of the largest collections of its era. These scrolls covered a wide range of subjects, from philosophy and law to science and literature, attracting scholars and readers from across the empire. The library wasn't just a place for study, it was a cultural hub where ideas were exchanged and knowledge was celebrated. Ephesus itself played a significant role in the library's prominence. As a bustling port city and a center of trade and politics, Ephesus was the ideal location for such a grand institution. The library's presence underscored the city's status as a beacon of Roman civilization in the Eastern Mediterranean. However, like many ancient structures, the Library of Celsus faced its share of challenges. Earthquakes and the passage of time took their toll, reducing much of the building to ruins. But even in its partially preserved state, the library remains one of the most iconic archaeological sites in the world. Today, the facade of the Library of Celsus has been meticulously reconstructed, offering visitors a glimpse of its former glory. Its towering columns and statues, including representations of wisdom, knowledge, virtue, and intelligence, continue to inspire awe. The library stands as a reminder of the Roman Empire's commitment to preserving and promoting knowledge, as well as the enduring power of architecture to tell the story of human achievement. As we leave Ephesus behind, our journey takes us to another Roman marvel, preserved not by design, but by disaster, the Villa of the Papyri in Herculaneum. Moving from the grandeur of the Library of Celsus, we now venture to a library that met a far different fate, one preserved not by human hands, but by the raw power of nature. Nestled in the ancient town of Herculaneum, the Villa of the Papyri was a luxurious Roman estate that housed one of the most extraordinary collections of scrolls from the ancient world. This library, unlike many others, was not lost to fire or time, but was instead buried and astonishingly preserved by the catastrophic eruption of Mount Vesuvius in the year 79. The Villa of the Papyri belonged to a wealthy Roman family, possibly that of Lucius Calpurnius Piso, Julius Caesar's father-in-law. This sprawling villa was a marvel of Roman architecture, adorned with intricate mosaics, frescoes, and statues that reflected the opulence of its owners. But what truly set it apart was its library, which contained over 1,800 papyrus scrolls. These scrolls, made from the papyrus plant, were the ancient equivalent of books and covered a wide range of topics, including philosophy, literature, and perhaps even personal correspondence. The villa's collection was a treasure trove of knowledge, offering a glimpse into the intellectual pursuits of the Roman elite. When Mount Vesuvius erupted, a pyroclastic surge engulfed Herculaneum, burying the villa under layers of ash and volcanic material. While this event destroyed much of the surrounding area, it also created a unique preservation environment. The intense heat carbonized the scrolls, turning them into brittle, charcoal-like remains. For centuries, they lay hidden until their accidental rediscovery in the 18th century. Excavations revealed not only the scrolls, but also the villa's stunning architecture and artworks, making it one of the most significant archaeological finds of its time. Deciphering these scrolls, however, has proven to be one of the greatest challenges in archaeology. The carbonized state of the papyrus makes them extremely fragile and difficult to unroll without causing damage. Over the years, scholars have employed various methods, from painstaking manual techniques to advanced imaging technologies, to unlock their secrets. Recent breakthroughs, such as the use of X-ray phase contrast tomography, have allowed researchers to virtually unroll the scrolls and read their contents without physically handling them. This has opened up new possibilities for understanding the texts, which may include lost works of ancient philosophers like Epicurus. The Villa of the Papyri stands as a remarkable example of how disaster can inadvertently preserve history. Its scrolls, though damaged, offer a rare and invaluable connection to the intellectual world of ancient Rome. As we continue our journey through the lost libraries of the ancient world, we next turn to a library that played a pivotal role in the early days of Christianity, the Library of Antioch. Turning our attention to the ancient city of Antioch, we encounter a library that played a crucial role in shaping early Christian thought. The Library of Antioch, located in what is now modern-day Turkey, was a hub of intellectual and spiritual activity during the early centuries of the Common Era. Founded in the bustling metropolis of Antioch, this library was not just a repository of texts, but also a center for theological debate and the spread of Christian ideas. Antioch itself was one of the most important cities of the ancient world, a crossroads of cultures and religions. As Christianity began to grow, the city became a key center for early Christian communities. The library, established in this vibrant setting, housed a vast collection of religious texts, philosophical works, and writings by early church fathers. It served as a vital resource for scholars, theologians, and clergy who sought to understand and articulate the emerging Christian doctrine. One of the most significant contributions of the Library of Antioch was its role in the development of early Christian theology. Scholars associated with the library were deeply involved in the theological debates of the time, particularly those surrounding the nature of Christ and the interpretation of Scripture. The Antiochian school of thought, which emerged from this intellectual environment, emphasized a literal and historical approach to biblical interpretation, shaping the course of Christian theology for centuries to come. Despite its importance, the Library of Antioch eventually fell into decline. The city itself faced numerous challenges over the centuries, including invasions, earthquakes, and political upheaval. As Antioch's prominence waned, so too did the library's influence. Many of its texts were lost or scattered, leaving only fragments of its once great collection. The decline of the library mirrored the broader shifts in the region's cultural and political landscape. Today, the Library of Antioch remains a symbol of the intellectual and spiritual vitality of early Christianity. Its legacy lives on in the theological traditions it helped to shape and the enduring influence of the Antiochian school. As we continue our exploration of the lost libraries of the ancient world, we next delve into a library that was closely associated with the Temple of Serapis in Alexandria, uncovering its role in the religious and intellectual conflicts of its time. Shifting our focus to the heart of Alexandria, we uncover the story of the Library of the Serapeum, a lesser-known yet highly significant counterpart to the legendary Great Library. Nestled within the Temple of Serapis, this library served as a spiritual and intellectual sanctuary, blending religious devotion with scholarly pursuits. The Temple of Serapis itself was a grand structure designed to honor the Greco-Egyptian god Serapis, who symbolized the fusion of Greek and Egyptian cultures under the Ptolemaic dynasty. The Library of the Serapeum, though smaller in scale than the Great Library of Alexandria, held a unique position in the city's cultural and religious life. It housed a collection of religious texts, philosophical works, and manuscripts that reflected the diverse intellectual currents of the time. Scholars and priests alike frequented the library, using its resources to explore the intersections of theology, philosophy, and science. This made the Serapeum a vital center for both worship and learning, bridging the sacred and the secular. However, the library's existence was not without controversy. As Christianity began to rise in prominence during the late Roman Empire, tensions between pagan and Christian communities intensified. The Temple of Serapis, with its library, became a focal point of these conflicts. In the late 4th century, during the reign of Theodosius I, Christian authorities targeted pagan institutions as part of their efforts to suppress non-Christian practices. The Temple of Serapis and its library were tragically destroyed during this period, marking a significant moment in the decline of pagan culture in Alexandria. The destruction of the Library of the Serapeum was not just a loss of books and scrolls, it was a symbolic blow to the pluralistic intellectual and religious landscape of the ancient world. Yet its legacy endures in the stories of those who sought knowledge within its walls, and in the broader narrative of how religious and ideological conflicts shaped the fate of ancient libraries. As we continue our journey through the lost libraries of the ancient world, we next turn our attention to the library of the Temple of Edfu, where ancient Egyptian religious texts offer a glimpse into a distant and mystical world. Now our journey takes us to the banks of the Nile, where the library of the Temple of Edfu stands as a testament to the spiritual and intellectual pursuits of ancient Egypt. Unlike many of the libraries we've explored, this one was deeply intertwined with the religious practices of its time, serving as a repository of sacred knowledge within the Grand Temple of Edfu. Dedicated to Horus, the falcon-headed god of the sky and kingship, the temple was not only a place of worship, but also a center of learning where priests meticulously preserved and studied religious texts. The library's collection was vast, housing a treasure trove of papyrus scrolls and inscriptions that detailed the rituals, hymns, and myths central to Egyptian religious life. These texts provided a window into the beliefs and practices that shaped ancient Egyptian culture, from the creation myths to the daily ceremonies performed in honor of the gods. Among its most significant holdings were the so-called building texts, which described the construction and spiritual significance of the temple itself, offering a rare glimpse into the sacred architecture of the time. What makes the Library of the Temple of Edfu particularly fascinating is its role in preserving the continuity of Egyptian mythology. As Egypt underwent waves of foreign influence, from Greek and Roman rule to the spread of Christianity, this library served as a safeguard for the indigenous religious traditions that had endured for millennia. The priests of Edfu were not merely custodians of knowledge, they were active participants in the transmission of their cultural heritage, ensuring that the stories of the gods and the rituals of the temple were passed down through generations. Today, the remnants of this library and the temple's inscriptions continue to provide invaluable insights into ancient Egyptian religion and mythology. Scholars have pieced together fragments of the library's collection, revealing a complex and richly symbolic world that still captivates the modern imagination. As we move forward in our exploration of lost libraries, we'll next delve into the library of the Monastery of St. Catherine, where ancient Christian manuscripts have been preserved against the test of time. Shifting our gaze from the sands of Egypt, we now venture into the rugged mountains of the Sinai Peninsula, where the library of the Monastery of St. Catherine has stood as a beacon of spiritual and scholarly preservation for over 1,500 years. Nestled at the foot of Mount Sinai, this ancient Christian library is not only one of the oldest in existence, but also one of the most significant, housing an extraordinary collection of manuscripts that span centuries of religious and intellectual history. The monastery itself, built in the 6th century, was established as a place of worship and refuge, but its library quickly became a cornerstone of its identity. Among its most prized possessions is the Codex Sinaiticus, one of the oldest known complete copies of the Christian Bible, dating back to the 4th century. This manuscript, along with thousands of others, offers a rare glimpse into the early days of Christianity, preserving texts that have shaped religious thought and practice for generations. What sets this library apart is its remarkable continuity. Unlike many ancient libraries that were lost to time, the Monastery of St. Catherine has remained an active center of learning and devotion, its collections carefully protected by generations of monks. The library's holdings include not only religious texts, but also works on philosophy, science, and history, reflecting the broader intellectual pursuits of the medieval world. Its manuscripts are written in a variety of languages, including Greek, Arabic, Syriac, and Georgian, showcasing the cultural and spiritual diversity of the region. Today, the library continues to play a vital role in the world of scholarship. Its manuscripts are invaluable resources for historians, theologians, and linguists, offering insights into the development of Christianity, the interplay of cultures in the medieval Middle East, and the preservation of knowledge through centuries of upheaval. Efforts to digitize its collection have made these treasures more accessible to researchers around the globe, ensuring that their legacy endures. As we leave the serene halls of the Monastery of St. Catherine, our journey takes us next to the Hanlin Academy, where another chapter in the story of lost libraries unfolds. Turning our attention to the Far East, we arrive at the Library of the Hanlin Academy, a cornerstone of Chinese scholarship and imperial culture. Established in the 8th century during the Tang dynasty, this library was more than just a repository of books. It was a symbol of intellectual prestige and a guardian of Confucian wisdom. The Hanlin Academy itself served as an elite institution, where the brightest minds of the empire gathered to study, teach, and advise the emperor. Its library played a pivotal role in preserving and promoting Confucian texts, which formed the moral and philosophical backbone of Chinese society for centuries. The collection at the Hanlin Academy was vast, encompassing not only Confucian classics, but also works on history, poetry, and governance. These texts were meticulously copied by scholars, ensuring their survival across generations. The library also housed rare manuscripts and imperial decrees, making it a treasure trove of knowledge for both scholars and rulers. Its influence extended beyond China's borders, as its teachings shaped the intellectual and political landscapes of neighboring regions. However, the library's fate took a tragic turn at the dawn of the 20th century. During the Boxer Rebellion in the year 1900, the Hanlin Academy and its library were caught in the crossfire of conflict. The rebellion, fueled by anti-foreign sentiment, led to widespread destruction, and the library was not spared. Countless manuscripts were lost, burned, or looted, erasing centuries of accumulated knowledge in a matter of days. The destruction of the Hanlin Academy's library was not just a loss for China, but for the world, as it represented a unique repository of cultural and historical insight. Despite its tragic end, the legacy of the Hanlin Academy lives on. Efforts to recover and reconstruct its collection have shed light on its significance, and its story serves as a reminder of the fragility of human knowledge. As we move forward, our next stop brings us to the Library of the Sorbonne, where another fascinating chapter in the history of lost libraries awaits. Now we journey to medieval Europe, where the Library of the Sorbonne stands as a testament to the rise of universities and the preservation of knowledge during a transformative era. Founded in the 13th century, the Sorbonne's library was an integral part of one of the oldest and most prestigious universities in the world, the University of Paris. This institution became a beacon of learning, attracting scholars from across Europe and laying the groundwork for modern higher education. The library's collection was a reflection of the intellectual fervor of the time, housing works on theology, philosophy, law, and the sciences. These texts were not only essential for academic study, but also for the broader cultural and intellectual movements that shaped medieval Europe. The Sorbonne's library played a crucial role in the scholastic tradition, where scholars engaged in rigorous debate and sought to reconcile faith with reason. However, the library's history is also marked by significant challenges. Over the centuries, it faced threats from political upheaval, war, and even neglect. During the French Revolution in the late 18th century, many of its precious manuscripts were confiscated or destroyed as the revolutionaries targeted symbols of the old regime. The library's survival through these turbulent times is a testament to the resilience of knowledge and the enduring importance of education. Today, the Library of the Sorbonne continues to serve as a vital academic resource, preserving its rich heritage while adapting to the needs of modern scholarship. Its story reminds us of the critical role that libraries have played in the advancement of human thought and the challenges they have overcome to safeguard our collective knowledge. As we move forward, our next stop takes us to the heart of the Vatican, where another extraordinary library awaits our exploration. Stepping into the hallowed halls of the Vatican, we now explore one of the most renowned repositories of knowledge in the world, the Vatican Library. Established in the 15th century, this library stands as a treasure trove of religious and classical texts, housing an astonishing collection that spans centuries of human thought and creativity. From ancient manuscripts to rare books, the Vatican Library has been a guardian of some of the most significant works in history, offering a unique window into the intellectual and spiritual heritage of humanity. The library's role in preserving knowledge extends far beyond its religious significance. It holds an extensive collection of classical texts from ancient Greece and Rome, many of which would have been lost to time were it not for the meticulous efforts of scholars and scribes associated with the Vatican. These manuscripts include works by philosophers, poets, and scientists whose ideas have shaped the course of Western civilization. The Vatican Library also played a crucial role in the Renaissance, as its collections inspired a revival of classical learning and artistic expression. In addition to its historical importance, the Vatican Library has adapted to the modern era, making its vast resources more accessible to scholars and researchers around the world. Through digitization projects, many of its rare manuscripts and documents are now available online, allowing a global audience to explore its treasures without traveling to Rome. This commitment to accessibility ensures that the library continues to serve as a vital resource for education and research in the 21st century. The Vatican Library's enduring legacy is a testament to the power of knowledge to transcend time and geography. Its collections remind us of the profound connections between faith, culture, and learning, and its ongoing efforts to preserve and share these works highlight the importance of safeguarding our shared heritage. As we move forward, our journey takes us to Morocco, where another remarkable library awaits our discovery. Shifting our focus to the vibrant heart of Morocco, we now uncover the story of the Library of the University of Al-Qur'an. Established in the 9th century, this library holds the distinguished title of being the oldest continually operating university library in the world. Nestled in the ancient city of Fez, it stands as a beacon of knowledge and learning, reflecting the rich intellectual traditions of the Islamic world. The University of Al-Qur'an in itself was founded by Fatima al-Fihri, a woman whose vision and dedication laid the foundation for one of the most influential centers of education in history. The library became an integral part of this institution, housing an extensive collection of manuscripts, scientific texts, and religious works. These texts not only preserved the wisdom of Islamic scholars, but also served as a bridge between the ancient and medieval worlds, facilitating the exchange of ideas across cultures and civilizations. The library's historical significance extends beyond its age. During the Islamic Golden Age, it became a hub for scholars from across the globe, attracting intellectuals, scientists, and philosophers who contributed to advancements in fields such as mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and law. Its collections include rare manuscripts that offer invaluable insights into the intellectual achievements of this era, many of which continue to inspire scholars today. In recent years, the library has undergone significant restoration efforts to preserve its treasures and ensure its accessibility. Modern renovations have carefully balanced the need to protect its ancient manuscripts while incorporating contemporary technology to share its resources with a global audience. This blend of tradition and innovation ensures that the Library of Alexandria remains a vital link to our shared intellectual heritage. As we continue our journey, we are reminded of the enduring power of libraries to connect us across time and space. Next, we venture to Spain, where another architectural and intellectual marvel awaits our exploration. Turning our gaze toward the Spanish Renaissance, we now explore the Library of the Escorial, a masterpiece of both architecture and intellectual achievement. Built in the 16th century under the patronage of King Philip II, this library stands as a testament to the cultural and scholarly ambitions of its time. Located within the grand complex of El Escorial, northwest of Madrid, the library was designed to reflect the grandeur of Spain's golden age. The Library of the Escorial is renowned for its vast collection of ancient manuscripts, which includes works from classical antiquity, medieval theology, and Renaissance humanism. Among its treasures are rare texts by ancient Greek and Roman authors, as well as illuminated manuscripts and early printed books. These works not only preserved the knowledge of the past, but also served as a foundation for the intellectual and artistic flourishing of the Renaissance in Spain. What sets this library apart is its breathtaking architecture. Designed by Juan de Herrera, the library's interior is a harmonious blend of art and scholarship. Its vaulted ceilings are adorned with stunning frescoes that depict the 7 liberal arts, symbolizing the pursuit of knowledge. The long, elegant reading room, lined with intricately carved wooden shelves, creates an atmosphere of both grandeur and contemplation. This fusion of beauty and learning makes the Library of the Escorial a unique cultural landmark. Beyond its aesthetic appeal, the library played a crucial role in the intellectual life of Spain. It attracted scholars, theologians, and philosophers who sought to study its unparalleled collection. The library also became a center for the translation and preservation of classical texts, contributing to the broader humanist movement in Europe. Its legacy continues to inspire, reminding us of the enduring connection between knowledge and creativity. As we leave the splendor of El Escorial behind, our journey takes us next to Ireland, where another iconic library, rich in history and art, awaits our discovery. Shifting our focus to the Emerald Isle, we now arrive at the Library of Trinity College Dublin, a jewel in the crown of Irish heritage and scholarship. Established in the late 16th century, this library is one of the oldest and most prestigious in Ireland, serving as a guardian of knowledge for centuries. Its iconic long room, with its towering shelves and rows of ancient books, is instantly recognizable, often described as a cathedral of learning. At the heart of the library's legacy lies its most famous treasure, the Book of Kells. This illuminated manuscript, created by Celtic monks around the year 800, is a masterpiece of medieval artistry. Its pages are adorned with intricate designs and vibrant colors, blending Christian iconography with traditional Celtic motifs. The Book of Kells is not just a religious text, but a symbol of Ireland's rich cultural and artistic heritage, drawing visitors from around the world to marvel at its beauty. Beyond this extraordinary manuscript, the library houses an extensive collection of rare and significant works. Its shelves hold over 6 million volumes, including early printed books, medieval manuscripts, and modern scholarly texts. This wealth of knowledge reflects the library's role as a center for academic excellence, supporting the intellectual pursuits of Trinity College's students and faculty for generations. The library's historical context adds another layer of fascination. Founded during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I, it was initially intended to support the newly established Trinity College. Over time, it grew into a national institution, preserving not only Irish history, but also global knowledge. Its collections include treasures from every corner of the world, making it a vital repository of human thought and creativity. As we explore the Library of Trinity College Dublin, we are reminded of the enduring power of books to connect us with the past and inspire the future. Its legacy continues to shine, offering a window into the minds and hearts of those who came before us. From here, our journey takes us next to Italy, where another storied library, shaped by both triumph and tragedy, awaits our discovery. Turning now to the hills of Italy, we journey to the monastery of Monte Cassino, a site steeped in spiritual and intellectual history. Founded in the year 529 by Saint Benedict of Nursia, the monastery became the cradle of the Benedictine order and a beacon of learning in medieval Europe. Its library, a treasure trove of knowledge, housed countless manuscripts, religious texts, and classical works, preserving the wisdom of antiquity for future generations. The library's story is one of resilience against the tides of history. In February of the year 1944, during the brutal battles of World War II, the monastery and its library were tragically destroyed. Allied forces, believing the site to be occupied by German troops, launched a devastating bombing campaign. The centuries-old structure was reduced to rubble, and much of its priceless collection was lost forever. This event remains a poignant reminder of the fragility of cultural heritage in times of conflict. Yet, the story of Monte Cassino does not end in destruction. In the years following the war, the monastery was painstakingly rebuilt, a testament to the enduring spirit of the Benedictine order. The library, too, was restored, with efforts made to recover and preserve what remained of its collections. Today, it stands as a symbol of rebirth, continuing its mission of scholarship and spiritual guidance. The Library of Monte Cassino's legacy is a powerful one. It reminds us of the importance of preserving knowledge, even in the face of devastation. Its survival through centuries of turmoil serves as an inspiration, showing how human dedication can triumph over loss. As we leave this storied site, our journey brings us to another remarkable library, where the echoes of history continue to resonate. Moving forward in our journey, we arrive at the serene landscapes of Switzerland, where the monastery of St. Gall holds a place of honor among the great libraries of the ancient world. Founded in the 8th century, this Benedictine monastery became a cornerstone of medieval scholarship, its library a sanctuary for the written word. The collection here is nothing short of extraordinary, boasting over 160,000 manuscripts, some of which date back to the early Middle Ages. These texts include not only religious works, but also classical literature, legal documents, and scientific treatises, making it a vital repository of European intellectual heritage. What sets the Library of St. Gall apart is not just its vast collection, but its architectural grandeur. The library's iconic Rococo hall, adorned with intricate woodwork and frescoes, is a masterpiece in itself. Walking through its halls, one can almost feel the weight of centuries of knowledge preserved within its walls. It's no wonder that the monastery and its library were designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983, a recognition of their cultural and historical significance. But the story of St. Gall is not just about preserving the past. The library continues to serve as a center for research and scholarship, attracting historians, theologians, and scholars from around the globe. Its manuscripts offer invaluable insights into the development of European culture, religion, and science. As we reflect on this remarkable library, we're reminded of the enduring power of knowledge to bridge the gap between the past and the present. From here, our exploration takes us to another beacon of learning, where the echoes of history continue to inspire. Shifting our focus to the heart of Germany, we uncover the story of the Library of the Abbey of Fulda, a cornerstone of Carolingian scholarship. Established in the 8th century, this library became a vital hub for the preservation and transmission of classical texts during a time when much of Europe was in turmoil. Its roots trace back to the monastery founded by Saint Boniface, a key figure in the Christianization of the region, whose vision laid the foundation for Fulda's intellectual legacy. The library's collection was a treasure trove of ancient and early medieval knowledge, housing works from Roman authors like Cicero and Virgil, alongside religious texts and theological commentaries. Its scribes meticulously copied these manuscripts, ensuring their survival through the centuries. This work was not just about preservation. It was a deliberate effort to revive and spread classical learning, which had been on the brink of being lost. What makes Fulda particularly remarkable is its role in the Carolingian Renaissance, a period of cultural and intellectual revival under the rule of Charlemagne. The library's contributions to this movement were immense, as it became a center for the study and dissemination of classical and Christian knowledge. Scholars from across Europe flocked to Fulda, drawn by its reputation as a beacon of learning. Though much of the original library has been lost to time, its influence endures. The surviving manuscripts offer a glimpse into the intellectual pursuits of the Carolingian era, shedding light on how classical knowledge was preserved and adapted for medieval Europe. As we explore this chapter of history, we're reminded of the Abbey of Fulda's pivotal role in shaping the cultural and scholarly landscape of the Middle Ages. From here, our journey continues to another sanctuary of knowledge, where the echoes of the past still resonate. Turning our attention to the serene and isolated heights of Mount Athos, we encounter the library of the monastery of the Stavronikita, a hidden gem of spiritual and intellectual heritage. Established in the 16th century, this Greek Orthodox library stands as a testament to the enduring dedication to preserving sacred knowledge. Nestled within one of the most secluded monastic communities in the world, it offers a unique window into the religious and scholarly traditions of Eastern Orthodoxy. The library's collection is a rich tapestry of religious texts, including illuminated manuscripts, liturgical books, and theological treatises. These works not only serve as spiritual guides, but also as historical artifacts, capturing the beliefs and practices of centuries past. The monks of Stavronikita have long been the custodians of this knowledge, meticulously copying and safeguarding these texts to ensure their continuity. What sets this library apart is its seclusion. Mount Athos, known as the Holy Mountain, is a place of profound spiritual significance, accessible only to men and strictly regulated to maintain its sacred atmosphere. This isolation has allowed the monastery of the Stavronikita to preserve its treasures free from the disruptions of the outside world, creating a sanctuary of knowledge that feels almost untouched by time. Despite its remote location, the library's influence extends far beyond the mountain. Scholars and theologians have long sought access to its manuscripts, which provide invaluable insights into the development of Christian thought and Byzantine culture. The library's commitment to preserving these texts ensures that they remain a source of inspiration and study for generations to come. As we reflect on the monastery of the Stavronikita, we're reminded of the quiet yet powerful role such libraries play in safeguarding our spiritual and intellectual heritage. From this tranquil retreat, our journey now moves to another remarkable library, where the threads of history and faith continue to intertwine. Now, our journey takes us to the vibrant heart of Tunisia, where the library of the Zaytuna Mosque stands as a beacon of Islamic scholarship and cultural heritage. Founded in the 8th century, this library is one of the oldest centers of learning in the Islamic world, deeply intertwined with the history of the Zaytuna Mosque itself, which is often referred to as the University of the Islamic West. The library's collection is a treasure trove of Islamic knowledge, housing thousands of manuscripts that span theology, jurisprudence, philosophy, astronomy, and medicine. These texts not only reflect the intellectual achievements of the Islamic Golden Age, but also highlight the mosque's role as a hub of learning, attracting scholars and students from across the Muslim world. One of the library's most significant contributions was its role in preserving and transmitting ancient Greek and Roman works, which were translated into Arabic and later reintroduced to Europe during the Renaissance. This intellectual exchange underscores the library's importance as a bridge between cultures and civilizations. However, the library of the Zaytuna Mosque has faced its share of challenges over the centuries. Political instability, natural disasters, and periods of neglect have threatened its collections. Yet, despite these obstacles, the library has endured thanks to the efforts of dedicated scholars and custodians who have worked tirelessly to protect and restore its manuscripts. In recent years, there has been a renewed focus on preserving this invaluable institution. Modern restoration projects aim to digitize its holdings, making them accessible to researchers and enthusiasts worldwide, while ensuring their physical preservation for future generations. As we explore the library of the Zaytuna Mosque, we're reminded of the resilience of knowledge and the enduring legacy of Islamic scholarship. From this historic site, our journey continues, uncovering more stories of libraries that have shaped the course of human history. Moving forward in our exploration, we now find ourselves at the foot of Mount Sinai, where the library of the Monastery of St. Catherine stands as one of the oldest continuously operating libraries in the world. Nestled within the monastery that shares its name, this library has been a sanctuary of knowledge for over 1700 years, safeguarding some of the most significant religious and historical manuscripts ever discovered. At the heart of its collection lies the Codex Sinaiticus, a 4th century manuscript of the Greek Bible that is among the earliest complete copies of the Christian scriptures. This priceless document not only provides insight into the development of the biblical text, but also serves as a testament to the meticulous preservation efforts of the monks who have guarded it for centuries. Alongside the Codex Sinaiticus, the library houses an extraordinary array of manuscripts, including ancient religious texts, theological treatises, and works on philosophy, science, and literature, many of which are written in Greek, Arabic, Syriac, and other historical languages. The monastery of St. Catherine itself, with its remote location at the base of Mount Sinai, has played a crucial role in protecting these treasures. Its isolation has shielded it from many of the conflicts and invasions that have threatened other ancient libraries. However, the library has not been entirely immune to challenges. Over the centuries, natural wear and the harsh desert climate have posed risks to the delicate manuscripts, yet the monks have remained steadfast in their commitment to preserving this priceless heritage. In recent times, modern technology has become a vital ally in these preservation efforts. Digitization projects have been undertaken to create high-resolution copies of the manuscripts, ensuring their accessibility to scholars and the public while reducing the need to handle the fragile originals. These initiatives have allowed the Library of the Monastery of St. Catherine to continue its mission of safeguarding humanity's intellectual and spiritual legacy. As we reflect on this remarkable institution, we're reminded of the enduring power of faith, knowledge, and dedication. From the sacred texts of the Codex Sinaiticus to the countless other treasures within its walls, this library stands as a beacon of preservation and a testament to the timeless value of learning. Next, we'll journey to another corner of the ancient world, where another library's story awaits discovery. Turning our attention to the rugged slopes of Mount Athos, we now explore the library of the Monastery of the Great Lavra, a cornerstone of Greek Orthodox heritage and learning. Established in the 10th century, this library is one of the oldest and most revered institutions in the monastic community of Mount Athos. Known as the Great Lavra, it was founded by Saint Athanasius the Athonite, a pivotal figure in the history of Eastern Orthodox monasticism. From its inception, the monastery and its library were dedicated to the preservation and propagation of spiritual and scholarly knowledge. The library's collection is a treasure trove of Byzantine texts, including illuminated manuscripts, religious writings, and works of theology, philosophy, and history. Among its most prized possessions are rare liturgical books, patristic writings by early church fathers, and historical chronicles that offer a window into the Byzantine Empire's rich intellectual and cultural life. These manuscripts are not only invaluable to scholars of Byzantine studies, but also serve as a living connection to the spiritual and artistic achievements of the Orthodox Christian tradition. The Great Lavra's location on Mount Athos, often referred to as the Holy Mountain, has played a significant role in its preservation. The mountain's status as a monastic republic, combined with its remote and fortified position, has shielded the library from many of the invasions and upheavals that have threatened other cultural institutions. However, maintaining such an extensive collection has not been without challenges. Over the centuries, the monks have worked diligently to protect the manuscripts from natural decay, employing traditional methods of conservation alongside modern techniques to ensure their survival. In recent years, the library has embraced digitization efforts, making its collection more accessible to researchers and the public while safeguarding the original manuscripts from excessive handling. These initiatives highlight the monastery's commitment to balancing preservation with accessibility, ensuring that the wisdom and artistry of the Byzantine world continue to inspire future generations. The Library of the Great Lavra is more than just a repository of books. It is a testament to the enduring legacy of the Orthodox faith and the dedication of those who have safeguarded it. As we leave the tranquil halls of this ancient library, we are reminded of the profound impact that these sacred texts have had on shaping the spiritual and cultural identity of the Orthodox world. Next, we'll journey to another remarkable library on Mount Athos, where yet another chapter of history awaits. Continuing our journey through the storied libraries of Mount Athos, we now arrive at the library of the Monastery of Iviron. This Georgian Orthodox library, founded in the 10th century, stands as a testament to the region's rich spiritual and cultural heritage. Established by Georgian monks, the monastery quickly became a center of religious learning and artistic expression, deeply rooted in the traditions of the Orthodox Christian faith. The library's collection is a fascinating blend of Georgian and Byzantine influences, housing a wealth of religious texts, including illuminated gospels, theological treatises, and liturgical manuscripts. Among its most significant holdings are ancient Georgian texts that provide rare insights into the development of Georgian Christianity and its ties to the broader Orthodox world. These manuscripts are not only valuable to scholars of religious history, but also serve as a bridge between the cultural and spiritual traditions of Georgia and Byzantium. The monastery of Iviron's location on Mount Athos has played a crucial role in its preservation. The mountain's monastic community, with its centuries-old traditions of scholarship and devotion, has provided a protective environment for the library's treasures. Despite the challenges of time and the occasional threat of external conflicts, the monks of Iviron have diligently safeguarded their collection, ensuring its continuity for future generations. In recent years, the library has also embraced modern conservation and digitization efforts, making its manuscripts more accessible to researchers and the public. These initiatives reflect the monastery's commitment to preserving its cultural heritage while sharing its spiritual and intellectual legacy with the world. As we step into the quiet halls of this ancient library, we are reminded of the enduring power of faith and the dedication of those who have preserved these sacred texts. Next, we'll explore another jewel of Mount Athos, where history and spirituality continue to intertwine in remarkable ways. Shifting our focus to another treasure of Mount Athos, we arrive at the library of the Monastery of Vitopti. This renowned Greek Orthodox library, established in the 10th century, has long been a cornerstone of spiritual and intellectual heritage. Known for its vast and diverse collection, the library houses an extraordinary array of ancient manuscripts, including rare biblical texts, theological works, and historical chronicles. Among its most prized possessions are illuminated manuscripts that showcase the artistry and devotion of the monks who created them. The monastery of Vitopti's strategic location on Mount Athos has not only shielded its collection from many external threats, but has also allowed it to thrive as a center of learning and faith. Over the centuries, the monks have meticulously preserved these texts, ensuring their survival through periods of upheaval and change. In recent times, the monastery has embraced modern preservation techniques, combining traditional methods with digitization to protect and share its invaluable manuscripts. These efforts have opened doors for scholars and enthusiasts worldwide, allowing them to explore the rich cultural and spiritual legacy preserved within these ancient walls. As we reflect on the monastery of Vitopti's contributions, we are reminded of the enduring importance of safeguarding knowledge for future generations. Our journey through Mount Athos continues as we uncover yet another chapter in its remarkable history. Continuing our exploration of Mount Athos, we now turn to the library of the Monastery of Dionysius. Founded in the 14th century, this Greek Orthodox library stands as a testament to the enduring spiritual and intellectual traditions of the region. Nestled within the monastery's fortified walls, the library boasts a remarkable collection of religious texts, including rare manuscripts of the New Testament, theological commentaries, and liturgical writings. One of its most notable treasures is the Dionysius Codex, a beautifully illuminated manuscript that reflects the artistic and spiritual devotion of its creators. Throughout its history, the monastery of Dionysius has faced numerous challenges, from pirate raids to political upheavals, yet it has consistently prioritized the preservation of its sacred texts. The monks have played a crucial role in safeguarding these manuscripts, ensuring their survival through centuries of change. In recent years, the monastery has embraced modern preservation techniques, combining traditional care with digitization efforts to make its collection accessible to a global audience. This blend of ancient tradition and contemporary innovation highlights the library's ongoing commitment to sharing its spiritual and cultural heritage. As we delve into the history of the Monastery of Dionysius, we gain a deeper appreciation for its role in preserving the religious and intellectual legacy of Mount Athos, reminding us once again of the timeless value of protecting knowledge for future generations. Turning our attention to the final library on our journey through Mount Athos, we arrive at the Monastery of Pantocrator. Established in the 14th century, this Greek Orthodox library is renowned for its impressive collection of Byzantine manuscripts, which offer a window into the theological, philosophical, and artistic achievements of the Byzantine Empire. Among its treasures are liturgical texts, theological treatises, and beautifully illuminated gospels that reflect the spiritual and artistic fervor of their creators. The monastery of Pantocrator has long been a center of learning and devotion, attracting scholars and pilgrims alike who seek to engage with its sacred and scholarly works. Over the centuries, the library has faced its share of challenges, including fires and political turmoil, yet it has remained steadfast in its mission to preserve these invaluable manuscripts. Today, the monastery continues to honor its heritage, blending traditional preservation methods with modern technologies to ensure its collection remains accessible to future generations. The cultural significance of the library of the Monastery of Pantocrator extends beyond its walls, as it serves as a vital link to the Byzantine legacy, enriching our understanding of a pivotal era in history. As we conclude our exploration of Mount Athos, we are reminded of the enduring power of these libraries to safeguard knowledge and inspire generations to come. As we bring our journey through the 30 lost libraries of the ancient world to a close, it's impossible not to marvel at the incredible stories these repositories of knowledge have left behind. From the Royal Library of Ashurbanipal in Nineveh to the sacred collections of Mount Athos, each library served as a beacon of learning, preserving the wisdom art, and culture of its time. These libraries were more than just buildings filled with scrolls or manuscripts. They were the heartbeats of civilizations, safeguarding humanity's intellectual and spiritual heritage. Yet their disappearances, whether through fire, invasion, or the passage of time, remain shrouded in mystery, leaving us to wonder what priceless knowledge might have been lost forever. These ancient libraries remind us of the fragility of knowledge and the importance of protecting it for future generations. They challenge us to reflect on our own role in preserving history, whether it's through supporting modern libraries, digitizing ancient texts, or simply sharing the stories of these lost treasures. As we look back on these 30 libraries, let's celebrate their legacy and the lessons they continue to teach us about resilience, curiosity, and the enduring power of knowledge. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these lost libraries fascinated you the most? Do you think there are still undiscovered collections waiting to be found? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an exploration into the mysteries of our past. Together, let's continue uncovering the secrets of the ancient world and ensuring that the stories of these libraries are never